everyone, Bill Carrier with KAB Tricks.
Hello.
What are we doing now? Where are we?
We are at the Mall of America, and we are about ready to go see the Museum of Failure.
This is a traveling exhibit, and it's here in the Twin Cities until January.
We are on the north side in the atrium, so it's kind of tucked back, so there's the main thing. And over there's Nickelodeon Universe, so it's kind of down this way a little bit, and let's head on in. So when we walk in, there's a QR code so that we can download the app so we can get the full experience and get that on our phone. And so we're gonna see over 130 failures. The way how this looks is that you get a camera and there'll be a QR code that they have at the displays, and we can scan the QR code and then we can learn all about the thing on display. Yes, the Ford Edsel, which is often considered one of the worst manufactured vehicles ever by Ford. And below that, that's a classic one, the DeLorean, which was a failure itself, the vehicle.
Because the only people who wanted to drive them were ones who couldn't drive them yet.
Just from time to time.
The monoski.
What's a monoski?
Monoski is it's literally you put both of your feet on one ski.
It looks uncomfortable.
I was gonna say, this was prior to snowboards.
Prior to snowboards. That word.
Yeah, like I can't remember what they're called. Obviously a little smaller than a snowboard.
Yeah, because it looks like you put your feet parallel.
Yeah.
Like forward. That does not look comfortable.
No. The Titanic.
Well, it kind of failed.
I guess it was a failure, yes.
Yeah. At least it didn't do what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be unsinkable, and guess what happened?
Oh, and they've got the 737 MAX on there too.
One of the first full-size things you see when you come in is the Honda Pacific Coast, I think is what this is called. And it was a failure because it was supposed to be like a motorcycle that you could ride for people who didn't know how to drive motorcycles. So it was confusing. Is it a scooter or a motorcycle or unbuilt car is the write-up?
So this was a Swedish ship, and at the time, which was 1628, was the world's most high-tech warship. But when she went for her maiden voyage, she sunk. But the one little cool piece of trivia for this is it is the same design that Disney used for the Black Pearl.
Oh, yeah, I see it now.
In Pirates, if you're familiar with those movies.
Hey, here's something that's kind of more recent. It's the Segway.
Segway.
I guess I didn't really consider this to be a failure, but I guess so. But
I guess you see Segway tours in like all sorts of cities and stuff, so.
Yeah.
But I guess if you think about it, they probably had hoped more individuals would buy it to use.
Yeah. So reading the description on this is that the reason why the Segway is a failure is because it didn't reach the potential that they predicted to be. They were predicting $1 billion in sales, but it has never reached anywhere close to that. This is kind of a newer one too. Carrie, are you familiar with what this is?
The Newton?
Yeah, the Newton. And so how did the Newton kind of fail?
I don't know. How did it fail?
Well, one of the things was this was the early version of an iPod or iPad. And so they used to say you could write on here like a note and it would translate, but it would totally like come out the wrong way. So it was a little early ahead of its time. Oh yeah, this is fun stuff for me. This is a travel back in time laser disc, which competed with DVDs, and guess which one up? And speaking of DVDs, the HD DVD, which was competition with Blu-ray. Guess which one won out? But I remember this. These little mini disc. Those were kind of popular back when I was in college, showing my age. They did not go very far. This is one of the things that you can actually try out. What's this called?
The Hula Chair.
The Hula Chair. And this is supposed to help with what?
No idea.
I think it's supposed to help with your like... Oh, jeez.
Oh my god.
I think you're supposed to plant your feet, honey.
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
This is very weird.
What was that?
So this is very weird. I feel... How the heck are you supposed to do anything in this thing? I'm about to fall.
You're supposed to actually use this as a work chair.
How the heck? Like, there's no way I could type with this thing on. Oh, now it's going the other way.
Well, of course, you gotta work the muscles the other directions too.
Oh my god. This is not fun.
What, do you want me to dress and drag and do the hula?
You guys have to create a diversion. What do you want me to do? Dress and drag and do the hula? Wow!
According to the write-up here, this hula chair was listed by Time Magazine as 50 of the worst inventions in 2010.
You're gonna try it now.
Oh yeah, sure. Watch that flubber fly.
Glad you're having fun with it. I was gonna say, you're sitting in a chair, not riding a horse.
Make it 8 seconds yet.
The Powerglove.
Yeah.
I wanted one of these so bad when I was a kid.
What was I actually remember trying one of these, and the ads were nothing like what this claimed.
Well, did you watched that movie, The Wizard, with with Fred Savage back in the day, and they used that at the end, when Kid had it.
But the thing was, it was like driving. You were supposed to be able to just drive it like a normal car, but it didn't work that way or anything.
No.
But yeah, I remember everybody wanted one of those until they found out that they didn't work.
I love the Powerglove.
Okay, I'm gonna try out the app here on this. And there we go. You can see the ad for the Powerglove. Oh, neighbor to that is the Google Glass. I remember when these were supposed to be big a couple years back, and then nothing happened with it. Here's another one I remember, Virtual Boy. I used to work at Target back when this came out, and they had this on display. I remember trying to play it, and I just got such bad headaches. I don't think anyone liked this. Did you ever try playing this thing?
No, I actually hadn't even heard about it until just seeing it now.
Yeah, part of the reason why this failed was because it gave people bad headaches. It was trying to give a virtual 3D image, but it just, as I said, people just got bad headaches from everything. But you haven't lived until you played
Darts.
lawn darts. Unfortunately, these became a failure because people didn't live after playing lawn darts. That's horrible.
Or you had one go into your foot.
Yeah, or part of the reason it was a failure was because they had 6,000, according to the write-up, over 6,000 kids were injured, including 3 deaths. Oh, it's a metal spike on the end of a dart that you throw up in the sky. You should also read the write-ups because they're kind of funny, but there's also they have a scoring system over here on innovation, design, implementation, and the fail-o-meter. I guess for the video game fan, one failure you can't get away without mentioning is the original Atari game of E.T., which is considered as the worst video game ever made. And in fact, the truth is, they made too many of them, and then they buried them in a landfill. And this is actually confirmed. There was actually a documentary where they confirmed they found a bunch of these game consoles buried, and then they poured concrete on top of because they were so ashamed. Here's some of that ET game on the screen next to it.
Fire Festival.
Fire Festival. Which, of course, with this, I walked up and I saw this and I knew exactly what it was. What's the deal with the cheese sandwich?
So if you have never heard of the Fire Festival, there are 2 amazing documentaries, one on Netflix, one on Hulu. Definitely watch them. But mainly it was the people were given cheese sandwiches as food when they were promised much better food.
So this is just an homage to that wonderful food that they offered all the people that spent thousands of dollars to go to this thing. This thing is called the Soundburger. It came out in 1983. It was supposed to be a portable record player, which looks like it should work in theory, but who wants to carry records around? Look, it's a great thing for MP3s. It's the Zune. It's like going into a time machine. Blockbuster. That used to be the thing to do when we were kids. So this thing that looks like it came out of an episode of Doctor Who was supposed to be something that you put on your face, and these little electrodes would shock your face so that you would get a youthful appearance. And apparently this would like hurt people. In the same case, this is called a Euro Club, which you would use to urinate in while you're playing golf. You could just discreetly put that thing up and yeah, use it. Here's some fun stuff. Food! You can get beef lasagna made from Colgate, which makes toothpaste. I actually really like the Arch Deluxe, and I'm surprised they were still making these back for, they made these for like what, 5, 6, 7 years, something like that. And then who doesn't want purple ketchup, really? And so this kind of a neat display. This is for Oreos to honor all of their different flavors that they've tried over the years that have not gone well. Some of them sound good, and some of them I don't think I would ever try. Terry liked the Berkios, but like Limonade does not sound very good to me.
Limonade?
Limonade? Isn't that what that is?
No, it's just limeade.
Limeade? Okay, Bill's an idiot. Hot and spicy cinnamon. Salted brown caramel brownie. See, some of these sound good.
Did we try the apple cider ones once?
They just had these this year, I think.
I was gonna say, I thought those weren't bad.
Oh yeah, I remember a couple of these. Crystal clear Pepsi. And of course the new Coke, which was a huge failure for them. Coca-Cola Black. I remember my sister would get Orbits, and I never quite get it. Like, these things were basically like chewable bits of lime or lemon or whatever the flavor was, and it gets stuck in your teeth. This case is kind of interesting. There's grown-up Skipper, which is supposed to be Barbie's sister, and these like phone fingers for your gloves for touch screens for your phone, and this creepy doll, a Little Miss No Name. And down below is the XFL, which is, they actually try to make it a comeback. I don't know how well it's gonna do, if it's gonna come back again or what. I'm sure your lady would love you in the smell from Harley Davidson. And before you leave, you can share your failure. So they give you some post-it notes here, and you can write up something that you think should be added to the collection. I actually have an idea or two, but then you can post it up here on the wall, and you can read what people's suggestions are.
We just walked out of the Museum of Failures traveling exhibit here at the Mall America, and what did you think?
I thought it was really interesting. There was a lot of stuff in there that was kind of, you know, stuff from our childhood, even, I mean, stuff from just the last couple of years that you remember. But plus there's a bunch of stuff that, you know, is from way before our time, and it was just really, I mean, it was interesting. I thought it was great.
There was a bit of a nostalgia factor for me, because I remember a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and it just kind of like brings back those memories of you trying it or being jealous of someone else because they did it or whatever.
I wanted one of those power gloves.
Exactly, and now I'm glad I didn't spend the money on it, you know, but if I kept it, it would have been worth it.
Right.
Anyway, so what are some of the details on this?
So details are admission for adults, it's $20 plus tax. We spent about an hour here. I know online it says about an hour and a half. I think you easily could spend that much time if you kind of did all the reading and watched the, you know, if you scanned the things with your phone. I think we easily could have spent a little more time here. It just started. It started on November 5th, runs through January 9th, and it's here at the Mall of America.
Would you recommend it?
I would. I actually thought it was great. It was a lot of fun, and again, you know, kind of that nostalgia factor was really neat for us.
But we want to thank you for joining us. I'm Bill.
I'm Carrie.
You've been watching KB Trucks. Please do us a favor, like, share, subscribe so we know you're out there. And until next time, good luck and have fun.
See ya.